big news just breaking out of Ibrox as we are recording this. Djeidi Gassama about to sign a 4-year deal, or has just signed his 4-year deal. Fee in the region of £2.2 million. Scott and I were down at St George's Park last week for the club's pre-season training camp, and it was quite interesting because the Sheffield Wednesday team were down there as well at the same time, and we get talking to a few of the guys in their camp. And when I say to you that when we asked them what's Gassama like as a player, somebody who shall remain nameless said, think Rabbi Matondo. I mean, that's not going to fill the Rangers support with huge confidence? But I must admit, from the clips I've seen of him, he looks an altogether different prospect than the bold Rabbi.
And they talk about hospital passes, man. You've just labelled this kid the new Matondo.
That's not my words. I'm only part. Don't shoot the messenger.
Not my words, Lynn. The words of Top Gear magazine. Well,
you had a chance to take a look at him at all.
Look, it's the usual. You see YouTube clips, but as I've said before, sometimes you and I can look all right in YouTube, Andy. So I don't read too much into it. I think the key thing I mentioned this. We got the story late yesterday afternoon that the deal was done in essence, and that the player had been given permission to travel up to Glasgow to put pen to paper. We discussed in the Hotline Live last night, and one of the things that I was saying about it, Andy, is where I think Rangers supporters have reason to be cautiously optimistic with this rebuild is there seems to be a real strategy and structure to everything that Rangers are doing. There's a similar profile to the players that they're looking for in various positions. It's joined up thinking, and this is a club that's adopted the scattergun approach to transfer windows for as far back as I can remember. You know, the summer of Sam Lammers, all that carry on with Michael Beale. It has just been throwing mud and hoping something sticks. Whereas these names might not be in isolation terrifically exciting, headline-grabbing names, but it's all been done as a means to an end. I'm looking at all the wingers, and there's been, God, you'll know more than me, Andy. I don't know how many wingers have been linked with Rangers over the last week, but there's a recurring theme to all of them. They're jet-paced, they're direct, they like playing out wide. I know that's an obvious thing to say as they're wingers, but you've seen yourself with Michael Beale had the two inverted wingers playing as two number 10s. These are more, I guess, traditional wingers in that sense of the word. But this boy in particular, he's got a very interesting pedigree, a graduate from the PSG Academy. He's not a bad start. I think he made it into that first team, albeit 1 or 2 games. But that was at a time when they had Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe and Neymar, so you wouldn't expect a kid from the academy to come in and hold down regular starting place there. So I think it ticks a lot of boxes.